Do you know that all successful business leaders and entrepreneurs deliver powerful presentations and have excellent communication skills? But do you also know that such entrepreneurs and business leaders are very few in number? You know why? Because as individuals, we are very good in one-on-one conversation or doing chit-chat with individuals. But when it comes to addressing a large audience, a larger group, we struggle, we get nervous, and we are not able to deliver the point that we want to make. And no wonders, a lot of individuals, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of business leaders, they struggle in inspiring the audience or selling their idea across, and they fail in achieving the desired goals. A lot of salespeople miss out on impressing upon their prospect customers to win their confidence, to win the sales deal. No wonders, a lot of people fail in their negotiation skills just because they are not good in their presentation skills. Well, if you are one of those, then I'm sure this video is going to benefit a lot to you. Well friends, my name is Arun Thukral. I'm a life and a leadership coach, and in this video, I'm going to tell you some very important tips and hacks that can help you to make powerful, effective and enjoyable presentation, and also some tips that how you can deliver that presentation when it comes to a large audience. Stay tuned and don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video with your friends. So what it meant by excellent presentation? Well, I would like to define that into two parts. First, when you're clear about the why of it, and second, the how of it. So why means that why exactly you want to make an effective presentation. If you're clear with this thought, you will be able to make an impactful presentation to your audience. The second part is the how part. That means how and what ways you can impress, inspire the audience so that they can listen to you more effectively. So if your why is clear, your how becomes more easier for you to define the points that will help the audience to get attracted. So let's understand first the why part. What are the components of the why part that you need to pay attention to when you are planning for a very strong and a very important presentation coming your way? The first and the foremost thing that you need to be careful about is audience. That means like right now you are an audience to me and you are listening to me. So it's all about you. It's all about that what's in it for you, that you should listen to this presentation. So your content of the presentation should convey how it is going to benefit the audience on the other side. If it is not conveying, then I'm sure you would realize that a lot of presentations become boring, uninteresting and uninspiring, and we have to just listen to them by force, or just we have to sit over them. But if you really want to make what value of your presentation, you need to think about the audience, what exactly they are looking at, what kind of problems that they are facing, and how your product, service or your presentation ideas can help them to solve those problems. So thinking about the audience always is the first and foremost step. The second part of why is the presenter himself. So right now I'm a presenter to you, and how I am going to create an impact in my speech, with my emotions, with my belief, with my thinking process is going to define the whole route of the presentation. Because let's imagine that if there is a same content to be presented by 5 presenters, and if all 5 of them present in the same way, definitely that presentation is not going to be more inspiring. But you can make a difference by adding value to that presentation, being a presenter. And how do you add value? You add value by sharing your stories, by sharing your examples in reference to the context that you are talking. And that will reflect your belief system, that why do you believe in it. And basis that belief system, you can definitely make an impact to the audience who is listening you, because then they start getting connected to you emotionally. That makes the presentation more memorable. That makes the presentation more interesting and inspiring, because you have added your emotions and feelings to it. That's the beauty of a presenter. The third and the very important part is inspiration. Does your presentation inspire your audience? A lot of presentations I have seen that they are generally meant to be more about giving information or passing information. That doesn't do well with the audience, because people have very short memory. They may like the speech that you have made, but if it is only about information, people tend to forget. So what you need to do is, you need to make your speech more inspiring. When I say inspiring, because the ultimate goal of your presentation is what? You want your audience to listen and bring a change in their belief system. They should start thinking that what they were believing before the presentation and how your thoughts have made a transformation in their mind to think beyond that. And that is happening, that will only happen when you are able to inspire your audience. So is your talk inspiring? If yes, then you will see that the change is happening. So let's take an example. Let's say that you are making a sales pitch to a group of people, a group of customers, and after you have given all the information, all the insights about the product, you did not get the order. Now that's a sign that you gave all the information, but it was an uninspiring one. And think the other way around. Let's say after the presentation you got an order. It clearly shows that your information was also having a lot of content of emotion, belief, and inspiration for your audience to change the way they think, and they thought that they are interested to buy your product, your service. It is worth a value to invest upon it because you want their trust, you want their belief that you're the right person or you're the person who makes a lot of difference. So is your presentation inspiring enough for people to change? Think about it. So if I really want to make a difference, I need to look at it instead of information, how I can inspire my audience. Now the question is, how do we do that? This is what I'm going to tell you in the next part. So all of us have by now understood that what is the why part of making an excellent presentation. Now let's go into the how part of it, that how we can make excellent presentation that can attract your audience, that can make them more inspiring. So there are certain steps that I'm going to share with you. Listen very carefully, make notes, and try it out in your day-to-day practice. The first and the number one point is organize information. So when I have to make any presentation, first I go to various sources and resources. I research about what exactly the topic is and I start bringing it all together in the form of information. Then I filter that information and carry out only that relevant information which is important to my content or the context. Number two is I put them into slides in sequence so that it creates a formation of a story, and I put all this content in bold and in clear font so that it is visible to the audience. Number three, very important, is tell 3-point story. Now what is a 3-point story? The first component of that 3-point story is tell them what you want to tell them. Number two, then tell them. And number three, then tell them what you have told. So how you are able to create the pre, during and post part of the story can create an impact on what you really want to convey. Number four is you need to maintain good eye contact when you are talking to audience. So when you're speaking, don't look at only one or two that you are comfortable with. Spend at least 3 to 5 seconds with one audience and then you can move to the other audience. So keep looking at your right and your left so that everybody feels that they are getting attention from the speaker. The next point, which is very important and relevant when I make my presentation, is I use a lot of pictures, visuals to convey my story, to connect to the whole point that I'm making. So find out good pictures, good themes that can convey the story that will connect to your core point that you want to make. And the next part of that is caption those pictures, because if you caption a picture, it itself will speak of its own story. Well, the next set of tips that I would like to add is that keep it simple and short, or we call it as KISS. So if you have any idea, if you have any thought or a concept that you want to talk, you should not be elaborating it beyond 3 points, because anything going away from 3 points, it will make it more uninteresting to your audience. So 3 points are good enough to convey your point. So keep it simple and short. Next tip is that stand erect. You don't hunch too much or you don't fall too much, but stand erect, and as I said, make an eye contact. That will show your confidence and your command on the stage. The next tip is, I would say, do a lot of voice modulation. In the beginning of my career, my boss my seniors used to put a lot of emphasis on voice modulation, because they said that if you modulate your voice properly, you can gain the attention of the audience. So look at it when I say gain the attention of the audience. So the moment my voice goes up, my body language supports me with that. And that brings a lot of attention of the audience towards you on the points that you're making. Well, the next tip is prepare your script very well. So right in the beginning of my career, my role was as a salesman and I had to go and sell it to the doctors. So our organization used to teach us that you have to rehearse your detailing or your script before you go to the real customer. So what used to happen is we used to mug up our story so well that even without looking at any visual, we were able to speak to the audience eye to eye, face to face, very confidently, with a lot of emotions, belief and interest, and that used to make the audience listen to us, give their 100% attention. So it is very important to write your script, rehearse your script and practice your script. The next important tip is that you need to make at least practicing making 2 videos in a week. A lot of people say make 1 video per day, but I would say make 2 videos in a week, at least to start with. Because right now when I'm making a video, I'm speaking in front of this camera, there is no one sitting here. The way I'm expressing myself, my confidence, my speech, my body posture, everything is getting corrected every day, every time I'm making a video. So video making and on a mobile gives you a lot of ideas about yourself, that how you talk, and then you can replay and listen to it and you can improvise it every time. Well, I would say that making presentation to a big audience is no science, it's all about art and understanding it, and these are like skills that can only come by way of practice. So the more you practice it, the more you will find newer ways, evolving ways, and making it more effective for yourself and for your audience. And if your why is clear, that in terms of your audience, being a presenter and the inspiration that you want to instill to your audience through working on creating your best presentation skills, I'm sure you are going to win more orders, you are going to win more business, you are going to make more sales in your organization or the place of work, wherever you are. I'm sure this video would have given you some insights and some learnings. Do share your feedback, learnings, comments in the comment section below and let me know if it has really helped you. Thanks for watching me and stay connected on Coaching with AD.